Hi, I'm Sean Welby and I'm with Dr Chris Steele. Now, Chris, there's been a new survey about hair loss. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, and some interesting findings. It's a new survey commissioned by Viviscal, and 4,000 people they questioned, and 40% of women, right, had suffered hair loss.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's a high percentage of women. That does surprise everybody. And then another finding from this survey was that a quarter of people surveyed said they wouldn't know what the options were if they were losing their hair. In other words, you know, they'd be frightened by it, but they wouldn't know what to do or where to go.
No, I don't think I would. So how does hair loss affect women?
Well, it's a surprise to any woman if she starts losing her hair. Now, she might be losing her hair through generalised thinning, and that, of course, occurs through aging, it occurs in the menopause, it can occur in particularly after pregnancy, when the hormones suddenly drop. They can affect the hair follicles. And of course, you can get a skin condition called alopecia, and there are different types of alopecia where you can get purely bald patches in your scalp. Now that is frightening for a woman, but she might be able to disguise it and mask it, and of course that's what they do, but of course they're terrified, you know, of the future. Stress is another major factor that can cause, you know, hair loss in any area of your life. There are other things like thyroid disease. Underactive thyroid can thin your hairs. In other words, there are lots of reasons why you might have hair thinning or hair loss. Most of them are probably temporary.
Yeah.
They're not going to last lifelong. But then the concern is, you know, the fear of going bald. That's what worries women.
Absolutely. Now, I suppose you might actually have thin hair and not really even realise you actually have a form of hair loss. So how would you identify that it was hair loss?
Well, hair grows about ½ an inch a month, and it goes through different stages: a growing phase, a resting phase, and then the hair follicle dies and the hair comes out. So you're naturally losing hair all the time. Now, the classic test is looking in the shower, you know, or the basin, or the bath, you know, the plug hole test. And, you know, if you see a lot of hairs there, that's when you start worrying, you know, and that's when you need to do something. There's also the tug test, where you just tug on your hair. Just take a few hairs between your finger and thumb, just pull on it, right, and just keep pulling. And if you get sort of more than 5 hairs coming out on that sort of vague test, tug test.
Is it something we just have to deal with? I mean, is there anything you can do?
Your first protocol is probably, you know, talk to your GP, even your pharmacist, but talk to a healthcare professional. If there's no obvious disease, and you might get blood tests done to check whether your thyroid's okay, see if you're anemic, various other conditions that might cause hair thinning. You know, if the GP says, no, you know, in most cases, this is what will happen. Sorry, I can't find anything, you know, to account for your hair loss, love, you know. Then what do you do?
So can you take supplements?
Yes, yeah. I mean, there are supplements out there, you know, for hair loss, and there have been trials actually showing some pretty impressive results. There have been studies showing that you know, a good supplement, where, you know, you want you know, a good source of vitamins, minerals, protein, do have an effect in counteracting hair thinning and even hair loss. So even if you've got, you know, small patches of, you know, pure baldness on your scalp, the evidence is that hair, you know, will eventually regrow. Of course, you don't know when, but of course it makes common sense, you know, to feed your hair follicles.
It's a reassuring thing just to know that there's something you can take and it's not just something you have to just deal with.
Yeah, that's right, because you feel helpless. You know,
Yeah.
when you're losing your hair and the GP has put his hands up and said, oh, sorry, I can't help you, love. You know, you walk out that surgery and you feel isolated. At least, you know, you're helping yourself, you know,
Yeah.
and that's very important. If you can feel it, well, at least I'm doing something to help myself.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.